أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي اللهم لا سهلا إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I trust that you all are doing well. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. Welcome back. Inshallah, today we'll have a lesson 2 of Conversational Arabic Level 1 with Muslims Connected. Before we begin our class, I just want to make announce four classes. This is very important. Some of you might benefit from this. So tomorrow, the 5th of October, there will be a course on depression titled Making Sense of Depression. It's a 4-week course. It will cover introduction to depression, depression in adults, in children, and then also coping mechanisms. That's starting tomorrow. Then on the 6th of October, we have Islam for new Muslims, and that is also a 4-week course. That's on the 6th of October. And then we'll have, very interestingly, we have maths tuition for grade 12 and also physics tuition, also for grade 12, preparation for the final examination. So the maths is happening between the 12th and the 15th and the 25th of October, sorry. It will be quite a few sessions, right? And I think it's about 15 sessions, and the physics will be happening from the 14th to the 29th of October. And I think it's more sessions than the maths. I don't have the exact amount of year, but that is at 350 Rand for the maths and 350 Rand for the physics. And that will cover everything you need to know for the final examination paper 1 and 2. That being said, we'll start with our class. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So in the previous lesson, we covered 16 new words. And we covered also the basic concepts of how to say my and how to say your, like as in your house and your name, my name. We also learned about the difference between masculine and feminine, concept of masculine and feminine in the Arabic language. And today, inshallah, we'll speak about that in a little more detail. Apologies for my video. As you know, it is load shedding. I do have facilities to have the class, so alhamdulillah for that. I'm sure I've got quite a few apologies about not being able to attend due to load shedding. It's not a problem. Okay, let's see. Today in lesson 2, we are still busy with chapter 1. It is greeting and getting acquainted. We are going to do dialogue 3. So in the previous lesson we did dialogue 1. In this lesson, we'll do dialogue 3, and in the following lesson, we will do dialogue 2. Okay, so dialogue 2, I feel should be done after dialogue 3. Okay, but today we have quite a session. We're going to learn quite a bit, and there's very important skills that we are going to learn, inshallah. Okay, so we're going to learn those of the concepts, how to say this, basically how to indicate. To say this is a house, or this is my father, this is my brother, this is a cousin, whatever you want to say. We're also going to learn 17 new Arabic words in addition to the 16 that we learned in the previous lesson. That leaves us with 33 Arabic words in total, inshallah, by the end of this lesson. Okay, then we're also going to speak about the masculine and feminine words in the Arabic language. Okay, let's begin. Bismillah. Let's look at the first word, هذا. هذا. And you can see I added the transliteration. هذا means this. But you would see an M there between the brackets because the word هذا means this, but if you are pointing to something masculine, right? Something or someone masculine, then we would use the word هذا. And if you are pointing to something feminine, we would use a different word, which we'll learn now. Okay. The next word we want to learn is أخ. The word akhun means a brother, a brother. Akhun, a brother. Right? Akhun, right? And with a kha and not a ha. Akhun, brother. And sorry, I think I missed that thing there. Let me just go back. Right. So this is supposed to be the question. So this is the question is to apply what we learned last time. If I can request that the questions are, let me just see, are answered in the, okay, I think you're just going to have to do it in the comment section. Okay, that's fine. Apologies, that's a disturbance. So can I get that answer? So my brother, how would I say my brother? Is it akhaka, akhaki, akhi, or akhun? Yes. So if you can ask it in the Q&A section, it will actually be, I think, better. Okay. We unanimous over there on C. Yes, and that is correct answer. It's akhi, my brother. Okay. If you have the word, for example, sadiqun. Sadiqun means a friend. But again, we see I have the im over there because sadiqun means specifically a male friend. Sadiqun, a male friend. Sadiqun, a male friend. Okay, how would I say my friend? This is the same concept over here that we want to reinforce. How would I say my friend? Is it sadiquki, sadiqi, sadiquka, or sadiqun? So the answers are coming in here. So we are almost unanimously on B. That is correct. It is B, sadiqi, my friend. Okay. The next word we want to learn is huwa. Huwa. The word huwa means he. The word huwa means he. Okay, so those raising their hand in the attendees, I'm not sure. Sometimes, it is an error. You make a mistake. If you have a question, just point to me in the chat. Just type the word. Just say question, and then I know that okay, your hand is raised, and you also have a question, and it's not a mistake. And then I will take your question, inshallah. Okay, huwa means he. The word mudarrisun is the next word. Mudarrisun, mudarrisun, mudarrisun. Okay, so in the transliteration, it should be sun at the end, not mudarris. Mudarrisun means a male teacher. A male teacher. Mudarrisun. Okay. The next word, muhandisun. So this is normally, people get confused sometimes between these different occupations. So sadiqun is a friend. Then we have mudarrisun, which is a teacher. And then we have muhandisun, which is a friend. Okay. Apologies if you want about the chat section. Here we go. Okay, fantastic. That's fine. So you should be able to chat, to send a message in the chat section. It's fine. Okay, muhandisun is an engineer, but specifically a male engineer. Okay, and then we have the word tabibun. Tabibun. Tabibun is a male doctor. So we're learning quite a few occupations over here. Tabibun, a male doctor. Okay. The word talibun. So again, easily confused between tabibun and talibun. Tabibun, talibun. Talibun is a male student. So mudarrisun and muhandisun are oftenly confused. And then tabibun and talibun also gets confused. Okay. All these words that we learned over here, all we want to do is learn the feminine versions of these words. So we're not going to learn any specifically new meanings now. Let's take, for example, the word hadihi. We said the word hada we use to indicate something masculine. Okay, so for example, if I see a male doctor and to say this is a doctor, I say hada tabibun. So you go to the you have your son with you or your daughter, and you're in the hospital and you want to tell him that this is a doctor. You tell him hada tabibun if it's a male doctor. If it's a female doctor, you're going to first say hadihi when you indicate. Okay. The word akhun means a brother. Sister in Arabic is ukhtun. Ukhtun. Ukhtun is a sister. Ukhtun is a sister. Anyone have also had a comment there about the sound that's a bit distorted? Anyone else is experiencing that? Let me know. Ukhtun is a sister. Okay. And we have, how do you say my sister? How would we say my sister? Okay, so the answers are coming in. It is ukhti, my sister, right? And you can say this, apply the same concept to anything. For example, a doctor, tabibi, my doctor. Okay. Sadiqatun, let's look over here. Sadiqatun, we said sadiqun is a male friend. Now, the word sadiqatun, sadiqatun is a female friend. So what changed? What changed? You want to take note of what changed over here? The first thing that you'd notice is that, okay, look, the ending here in this word was a at the end. On the qaf, which is the last letter of the word. When you look at the feminine version, you note that there is now a fatha on the qaf. Besides the fatha on the qaf, we have a ta at the end. It's called the feminine ta. So it will always be like that. You will always see the last letter of the word getting a fatha and then a ta added at the end. Let's look at more examples. But before we look at another example, I want you to answer this one, and I want you to take particular note of what is happening here. There's a difference between sadiqun and sadiqatun, which is a female friend. Now, if you want to say my female friend, we're going to add the ya. But sometimes you can get confused. So what would you answer this question? My female friend. Is it going to be sadiqi? Or is it going to be sadiqati? Note that the difference between those two. Right, so try to never be confused. You're unanimously correct. It is D. Yes, so try to never be confused and pronounce the B, sadiqi. Okay, so we said huwa is he. How about the word she? So that would be here. She is here, here. So huwa and here, he and she. Okay, just like we did with the word sadiqun, sadiqun, the feminine version became sadiqatun, sadiqatun, sadiqatun. Some of you can just type quickly over there in transliteration. What would we say for a female teacher? If a male teacher is mudarrisun, what would a female teacher be? Based on the same rule. Yes. Okay, so that is correct. 100% correct. Perfect. Mudarri satun. So we see that sa at the end, the fatha again, and the tun at the end. So that's a female teacher. And the same would be for a female engineer. Muhandisun, muhandi satun, female engineer. Tabibun, tabibatun, female doctor. Okay. Talibun, talibatun, talibatun, a female student. Okay. The last word we want to learn is more of a phrase. We want to say goodbye. We say ma'a salama. Ma'a salama. Goodbye. It means with safety, but we can translate the meaning as goodbye. Ma'a salama. That's goodbye. Okay. Let's just revise the concept over here. Okay, before we do the concepts, let's do the vocabulary. Tabibun. Tabibun. So choose the correct translation. Okay, so we're getting some answers B and we're getting some answers D. Right? So if you are answering the letter B, then you want to take note of what we said about the masculine and feminine. How would the feminine word end? It would end with a ta. Okay, so the correct answer is D. Okay, how about the word muhandisatun? Muhandisatun. Muhandisatun. Okay, so I see most of you are answering in the chat. I think can we just keep it to the chat? Some of you are still answering the Q&A, right? I don't want you to be excluded to answer alone there. You can just answer all in the chat. Okay, excellent. So that is a female engineer. How about the word talibatun? Talibatun. That would be a unanimous over there on a female student. That is correct. So I saw some answers with B and D. Okay, no. So C is the correct answer, a female student. How about the word sadiqun? Sadiqun. Sadiqun. So that is a male friend. That is correct. Very well done. Okay. How about the word male student? What would that be in Arabic? Yes, so that is perfect over there. It's a male student. C talibun. How about mudarrisatun? Mudarrisatun. Excellent, unanimous over there. That is C, a female teacher. How about the word a male engineer? How about a male engineer? Excellent over there. Unanimous. Muhandisun, that is correct. How about the word he? He. That is unanimous over there. It's correct. It is the huwa. He is huwa. How about a female doctor? That is correct. Unanimous over there. It's tabibatun, a female doctor. How about the word this? Female. This, female. So unanimous over there. It is hadihi, and that is correct. Very well done. And how about the word she? She. Right. Very well done to all that is here. How about the word hada? Hada. All right, so we're getting some mixed answers over here. So some of you are getting confused with C. However, if you are saying C, just have a closer look and ask yourself, did we actually do that word? Okay, excellent. We're coming all together. So that is correct. Hada is the, it means this male. Okay, so let me just explain this concept again. We did explain it already. Let's just have a look. If we have a word, for example, sadiqun, which is masculine, a male friend, the feminine version would be slightly different, right? So we would have a ta at the end. So firstly, what changes? That we have a fatha on the last letter. So it was a un at the end. It had a fatha and a tun. Sadiqun, sadiqatun. Tabibun, tabibatun. Mudarrisun, mudarrisatun. Talibun, talibatun. Right, so the first sign we have is that the feminine words generally ends with a ta. However, sometimes you have a word, for example, let's say Muhammad. Muhammad means it's a feminine name, sorry, a masculine name. So that's how we know that word is masculine, because Muhammad refers to a man. And how about the word Kawthar? The word Kawthar, well, in some parts of the world, it's accepted as a masculine name, but for the most part, it is a feminine name. Kawthar is a feminine name, refers to a woman or a girl. So that would still be a feminine word, even though it does not have a ta at the end. So sometimes you have to look at the meaning of the word. And there are other examples. If you look at, like, for example, the name Hamza. Hamza has a ta at the end, but it's a masculine word. So we look at the first primary indicator or a feminine word is the closed or the round ta at the end. The round ta or the knotted ta, if you want to call it. Not just a normal ta, but specifically that knotted ta. That would be a sign the word is feminine. But sometimes we also have to look at the meaning. Okay. Quick short exercise. The word tabibun, masculine or feminine? I'm going to run through this one very quickly. All right. Excellent. That's correct. How about the word tabibatun, masculine or feminine? Okay. How about the word muhandisun? Is it masculine or feminine? Excellent. How about the word talibun? Is it masculine or feminine? Excellent. How about the word ukhtun? Here we go. This is a tricky one. Ukhtun. Ukhtun. So for this, you have to remember what the word ukhtun means. And that is correct. Unanimous over there. Ukhtun is feminine because it means a sister. Okay. Talibatun. Talibatun. طالبة. Right, sorry about that. That is feminine. How about the word صديق? Right, so that is masculine over there. How about the word صديقة? Right, I think we agree that is feminine. Okay, how about the word أخ? That is masculine. How about the word مهندسة? And that is feminine, correct. How about the word مدرسة? Excellent. And finally, how about the word مدرس? Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to speak a little about this word هذا and هذه. We said that هذا, say this masculine, and هذه is for this feminine. Okay. Now look at it, for example. Okay. Both هذا and هذه means this, except that the one is used to indicate something masculine, other one to indicate to something feminine. Let's look at the word صديق. Okay. So if I have the word صديق, a friend, if I want to say this is a friend, this is a friend. Obviously, in Arabic, we don't have a word for is, right? But it's just understood in translation. هذا صديق, this is a friend. So I didn't say هذه صديق because هذه is used to indicate something feminine. So if we have the word صديقة, I wouldn't say هذا here. I would say هذه صديقة. This is a female friend. The same as طبيب. هذا طبيب. طبيبة. هذه طبيبة. مدرس. هذا مدرس. This is a teacher. مدرسة. هذه مدرسة. This is a female teacher. هذا طالب. This is a male student. هذه طالبة. This is a female student. Last example. هذا أخ and هذه أخت. If you switch any of these around, it would be considered a grave error, right? Because if you tell your friend, is a friend, and you want to say, oh, a male doctor, and you say هذه طبيب, it's like you're calling the male doctor a female, and the same with a female. You say هذا طبيبة, it's also like you're calling the female doctor a male, right? So we don't want to do that, obviously. So we're going to remember this. Okay. Quick exercise. طبيب. Would I say هذا or هذه طبيب? Excellent. Okay. How about the word طبيبة? Is it هذا or هذه طبيبة? Excellent. How about the word مهندس? Is it هذا or هذه مهندس? Excellent. How about the word طالب? Is it هذا or هذه طالب? Sorry. Right, and that is correct. How about the word أخت? Is it هذا أخت or هذه أخت? And that's correct. It is هذه. How about طالبة? Is it هذا or هذه طالبة? Excellent. How about the word صديق? Is that هذا وهذه صديق. Right, so it's هذا. Is it صديقة? Is it هذا وهذه صديقة? Okay, excellent. How about the word أخ? Is it هذا أخ وهذه أخ? Excellent. How about the word مهندسة? Is it هذا وهذه مهندسة? Well done. How about the word مدرسة? Is it هذا وهذه مدرسة? Right, هذه. How about the word مدرس? Is it هذا وهذه مدرس? Excellent. Very well done. Do we see? Let me just, yes, it's هذا. Okay. Now the next exercise is going to take everything we've learned. It's going to take it up a level. It's going to be, now it's going to get a little more challenging. Okay, because remember, you can have a word, for example, a doctor. That word doctor can be either masculine or feminine, طبيب or طبيبة. So we have the concept here of masculine and feminine. Now, if I want to say my doctor, if it is a male doctor, I would say طبيبي. If it's a female doctor, I would say طبيبتي. طبيبتي. So that kasra comes on that ta. But what if I want to say, if I am speaking to my son, for example, I'm taking him to school, the first day of school, of creche or grade 1, sub A, and I want to introduce him to his teacher. If my son is a male, he is obviously a male, I am going to address him in one way. And if he is a female, if it is a girl I'm speaking to, I'm going to address her in a different way. If the teacher is a male, I'm going to say it one way, and if the teacher is a female, I'm going to say it another way. So we see how it can get complicated. Yes, nothing is on the screen as yet, right? I'm not bringing up the exercise as yet. Before we start on this exercise, I want to give you all just a 2-minute breather. Okay, so just relax, just stretch, drink some water, and then we'll come back in exactly 2 minutes and do this next exercise. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'll come back. So if we take the word Sadiqun, you want to say this is a friend. Would I say Hada or Hadi? Excellent. Okay, we're doing good so far. That's correct. Okay, if I want to say my friend, am I going to say Hada or Hadihi? Sadiqi. So some of you might get confused, right? So we're getting some answers with B because, for example, you are thinking, some of you, if you are a female, you're thinking that I'm a female, so maybe I should say hadihi. But let's remember the word hada is used to indicate or to point to something. So when you say, this is my friend, you want to answer, you want to think about who are you pointing to? When you say, this is my friend, this is my friend, right? So you are pointing to the friend. If the friend is masculine, you're going to say hada. And if the friend is feminine, you're going to say hadihi. Right? So just remember that. What is going to determine whether you use hada or hadihi? It is going to be the thing that you are pointing to. And you are going to ignore anything attached at the end of the word. Let me give you an example. Let's look at the word sadiquka. Sadiquka. Now, if you go back to what we said about the ka and the ki, ka is used to indicate to what? And you can tell me this in the chat. Is it to say your for masculine or for feminine? For example, if I say ismuka, is that your male or is it your female? The ka at the end. Okay, so that's a bit of a revision over there. Unanimously correct. Your friend. So sadiquka would mean that you are talking to a male and you're telling him your male friend. But when I ask you, is it hada or hadihi? I don't want you to look at what is at the end. If you are going to go with what is at the end, you are going to get very confused very quickly. Just focus on the word that you are pointing to. Is that a masculine? Hada. If it's feminine, hadihi. Right? So that is unanimously correct. It is hada. How about the word sadiquki? You see, this is where it gets tricky. Sadiquki. Is it hada or hadihi? Now remember the rule. Do not look at the ka or ki at the end of the word. That is not going to determine whether it's hada or hadihi. You look at the thing that you are pointing to. The sadiqun. Is it sadiqun or sadiqatun? Yeah, it's sadiqun. So we're going to say hada. Correct. Let's look at the different example. Sadiqatun. For the word sadiqatun, do we say hada or hadihi? Unanimously agreed. It's hadihi. Sadiqatun. Okay. How about the word sadiqati? It's my female friend. So yeah, I think we would agree that this would also be the letter B. Hadihi sadiqatun. Here's the trick. Sadiqatuka. Is it hada sadiqatuka or hadihi sadiqatuki? So remember the rule. When it comes to hada and hadihi, it's what are you pointing to? If the thing that you are pointing to is masculine, you say hada. If the thing that you are pointing to is feminine, you say hadihi. So when you say, this is your friend, when you say this, who are you pointing to? You're pointing to the friend. So if the friend is feminine, صديقة. Absolutely هذه without looking at the last attachment, right? Because that only the ka and the ki tells us who we are speaking to, whereas the هذا and هذه tell us what we are pointing to. Okay, صديقتك, is it هذا or هذه? Okay, almost unanimous over there. It is هذه. Okay, the word طبيب, is it هذا or هذه? I think we can all agree it is هذا. Okay, how about طبيبي? Is it هذا or هذه? Excellent, is هذا. Okay, طبيبك. طبيبك. The masculine and feminine side, so it's going to be ka. So there's a question, how come the masculine friend here, صديق, this one, has a female yo? Because the yo at the end is who you are speaking. If you are speaking to a female, you are basically telling a female that this is your masculine friend. This is your masculine friend. Explain number 7. The same. So number 7 is also the ka is who you are speaking to. So for example, let's say for example, if you are at home, and let's say your daughter has a male friend, and he comes to the house to come visit, and you want to ask, is this your friend? So you are speaking to your daughter. Okay, so you're going to use the ki at the end. But when you ask, is this your friend? The friend is male. So you're going to say هذا صديق and then ki, because it's your female friend. So it takes a bit of time to sink in. So we said this one is هذا طبيبك. How about طبيبك? Is it هذا or هذه? Again, look at the first word. If it's a masculine word, we say هذا. Because the هذا and هذه is an indication. So who are we pointing to? Are we pointing to a masculine? And we say هذا. If we are pointing to a feminine, we say هذه. Okay. Excellent. So now we have the tough exercise. So it's a bit of a mixed one. مدرسك. Is it هذا or هذه? So this is an integration. Now we are mixing everything we learned so far about masculine and feminine. Okay, that is correct. It is هذا مدرسك. This is your male teacher. You are talking to a female, and you're talking to a female, you say this is your male teacher. For example, if you take your daughter to school, to creche, right, and maybe her teacher is Mr. Abrams. So her teacher is Mr. Abrams. You want to tell her, this is your teacher. You would say هذا مدرسك. Why? Because when you say هذا, you're pointing to the teacher. This is your teacher, and your daughter is a female. That's why you use the word ki at the end. Repeat pronunciation of number 13. So that is مدرسك. مدرسك. Okay. How about the word طبيبتك? طبيبتك. Right? So you are speaking to a male, you're telling this is your female doctor. And that is correct, هذه. How about مدرستك? مدرستك. مدرستك. Is it هذا أو هذه? So we are unanimous over there. It's هذه. Excellent. How about the word صديقك? صديقك. Is it هذا أو هذه? I'm throwing you guys a lot of curveballs today. So again, you wanna ignore the last part, because the last part, the ka or the key, has nothing to do with هذا and هذه. هذا and هذه is to what you are pointing to. Is that thing masculine or feminine? And when you say هذا صديقك, this is your friend, right? You're talking to a female and you're saying this is your friend. We have to look at the friend. Is it masculine or feminine? And that is correct, هذا. Okay, so I'm going to post. We're going to stop here. And the rest of the questions, there are some more questions. The rest of them, I'm going to remove the answer, the highlight, and I'm going to send the note, inshallah, in the group without the highlight in the next few questions. You can go through them on your own. And in our next lesson, we'll complete this quickly, this exercise, and we'll see if you understood. And then we will do a dialogue, and thereafter we'll move on to the next dialogue, which is also a little bit, it's a very good. We learn about nationality and asking about where people are from, inshallah, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Any questions, you can ask them now. Afwan. Jazakallahu khair. So I must say, right, this is really an excellent class. These are one of the toughest concepts to grasp, but I think generally all did very well. Normally it takes some time to sink in, but you must remember that this is basically this is the challenging part of a language, right? It's about really speaking in the correct context. Okay, and the goal is really to, we take, like I say, we grab the bull by the horns, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're not playing around, but we try to do it in the easiest way possible, inshallah. If you are still struggling, you can contact me, and I'll try to explain to you in a different way. Okay, so then we'll meet on next week, Tuesday, again, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. جزاكم الله خير وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.